going to critique EJ Cuber. But if you want to be critiqued, check down in the pinned comment section down below. Send me your 2x2 solves and I will critique it. Now, the scramble is on the screen. Okay, so at this scramble, you straightforwardly inserted R U2 R prime as your orange is over here. So R U2 R prime, and that was the only thing you did, and that was pretty much good. Very easy scramble. I think you should have one look the OLL as R U2 R prime would go like this. R would land this up, U2 would come this over here, and R prime would not affect this. So this piece should go over here. And R U2 R prime would not affect this any in R ways, but in U2 and R prime, this would go over there and come back over here. So basically we can say that these two has to be swapped. And this R U2 R prime would R would just land it down over here, U2 would not affect that piece, and R prime would come back again. So now we can decide the OLL what we should do. And now let's see what did he do. In setting R U2 R prime, he could see this OLL. And usually we do this algorithm, but he did something like this. First he did the U, and he did F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R. Of a lot of moves, I'll recommend you to do this algorithm. F, R, U prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F. Here are the things you should actually learn. The first thing you should learn is somewhat kind of one looking in easy scrambles such as R U prime R prime, L prime U prime L, or R U2 R prime. And the next thing which I like to say you is to learn all these 7 algorithms which are from the OLL, and it should be also a lot more better. Also, if you want the video of 2 look OLL in 2x2, then please recommend me. Anyways, this was the first scramble, and now the second scramble is on the screen right now. You could easily see yellow, which is over here, which ends up with U prime and then R prime, but you could have also started with white as it's almost done, but you saw that it was white, another corner piece was on top, so you did not do that. So you just kept that bar at the back and then just did U prime and then R, and that ends up with U this case, which goes like this. At this scramble, you started with doing yellow by just doing a U prime and then L prime, which goes like this. And then at the end, you came across this case, which I do something like this, which I'll show you right now. But you started with this case with the U and then did this algorithm. This algorithm was good, which actually gave you a OLL skip, and then you got a good solve. So this was the thing which I saw from solve 2. Now the third scramble is on the screen right now. So at this scramble, he started off with yellow by just doing R prime and then a U prime, and then he did something like this: R prime F, R2, U prime, R prime, which is kind of a lot more lengthy than I thought. So an alternative phase was white, which you could easily insert by U2 R U prime R prime. But anyways, after that you did soon by just doing a U prime and then just did a U with a J perm. So this was my solve critiques for EJ Cuber, and if you want, then send me the solves down below. Thanks for watching and fill the Google forms, and bye.